Welcome to Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. November is the month in which we set aside a day to honor our veterans. It's the month in which we set aside a day for giving thanks. And here in Portsmouth, November is also jam-packed with special events and activities. We're going to tell you about a few of them right here, right now, in this episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to this November 2014 episode of Portsmouth Now. Every month of the year, there's some musical event taking place in Portsmouth. After all, Portsmouth is a home of venues such as the Intellos Wireless Pavilion, where some of the music industry's top artists perform throughout the spring, summer, and early fall. Portsmouth is also the home to Willett Hall, the city's 2,000-seat theater located on Willett Drive just behind Maryview Hospital. One of the organizations responsible for bringing musical acts to Willett Hall is Portsmouth Community Concerts Incorporated. In fact, Portsmouth Community Concerts has been fulfilling its mission of bringing great musicians to our city for 76 years. This November is somewhat unusual in that the organization has booked 2 musical offerings at Willett Hall. I'm joined by Ken Woolard, who is the past president of the Portsmouth Community Concerts.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So tell us, what's happening this year? This is the 76th season?
Yes, we are almost a senior citizen, but it is our 76th season, and that got underway last month with a show called Live from Nashville, and that was a full showcase and enjoyed by many. But we have several concerts coming up in November. And on November 2nd, we bring Umi Garrett. She's Japanese-American. She's 13 years old. She appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2009, and since that time has become almost worldwide known. She's very good pianist. It'll be classical music, and we're really excited to have her. It took us almost 2 years to book her.
Is she one of the youngest artist that
she is, and she's proven to be very popular already with single ticket sales and things of that nature. So we're real excited to have her.
That's great. Now you have another show coming up in November.
Yes, and then on November 21st, we switch gears and we journey to the Caribbean and Latin America, and we will feature Paul McDermott. And it should be a fun concert with trending music as the Latino population grows in this country. Should be a lot of interest.
That's great. So those are in November. Now, later on in the year, are there some more concerts too?
Yes, we have 2 remaining concerts. And then on March 22nd of 15, Galleria Seasons come. And we're probably all very familiar with the music of Vivaldi. But what is so unique and interesting and a new twist on classical is they bring an artist, and he will create 2 abstract art pieces to the music of Vivaldi.
So on stage he's making
and then
art.
He'll donate those to the sponsors, which is us, and then we can dispose of them however we want. We could put them in Willett Hall, City Hall, sell them. So it should be very interesting to see art created to music. And interesting enough, the cover of our booklet for this season is the type of artwork that we'll be creating.
That's great. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. So is that it then for the entire season?
No, we close the season, and that will be April 24th. And for a second time, we have the entire Old Dominion University Music Department coming. That's all their choral groups, all their orchestra. And this year, we're adding the entire dance to this.
Oh my gosh.
And we've worked with Dr. Nancy Klein at ODU. She has consulted for the city of Portsmouth about acoustics and what a fine facility Willett Hall is, and has stated to the leadership in our city, there's no other stage like Willett Hall in the entire region.
I agree.
So we're so fortunate to have ODU coming back to Portsmouth, to Willett Hall for a second performance.
That's great. Now, if people want more information on any of these shows or how to get tickets, is there a website they visit? Is there a number to call?
It's portsmouthcommunityconcerts.com, and you can still buy season memberships at a prorated price. There's 4 concerts left, so you would simply divide the costs by 5 and times 4.
Okay.
So we would welcome that. Single tickets can be bought at Willett Hall or Ticketmaster.com. And a single ticket for a performance is $20 for adults and $10 for a student.
That is really a very good deal. All right, well, thanks for joining us today and telling us more about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Besides individual tickets, Portsmouth Community Concerts also offers group tickets to musical, civic, cultural, and specialty organizations. To find out more about these rates, call 757-686-5447. And for more information generally, visit www.portsmouthcommunityconcerts.com. Now, if you're a jazz fan, be sure to mark in your calendars Friday, November 14th and Saturday, November 15th. Those are the dates for the second annual Jazz Legacy Foundation Gala, held at the beautiful Renaissance Hotel on the waterfront in Old Town. Some legendary jazz greats will be performing at this year's gala. To find out more about the event and the Jazz Legacy Foundation itself, I spoke to Calvin Keels, the foundation's CEO and founder. I'm joined by Alvin Keels, who is the CEO and founder of the Jazz Legacy Foundation. Welcome, Mr. Keels. Good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the foundation itself. What is its purpose?
Our purpose basically is to keep live music going and also to influence jazz with students, upcoming students in the musical field. And we are founded basically to help that situation. As you know, the budget cuts in the arts have been tremendous. So we founded our organization to address that and keep live music in the schools, which is basically our basic mission that we're working on at this time.
Okay, so do you do workshops in the schools with the students? There are special programs that students attend? What types of things do you do?
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that we do. We put on workshops with the students with our master artists. Some of the artists who will be attending or performing at our upcoming gala, as well as we commission other artists. Great artists to give workshops at the school, and we think that will go a long way in furthering music education.
Yeah. In your opinion, I'm interested, why is music important, do you think? I mean, the arts really do get short-shrifted in education. Why do you think that is? And what is the case for the arts, for music?
Well, the case for music, first of all, music is a universal language for all. I mean, that's I can't say too much more than that.
Right.
And in particular, the jazz genre is Americans' only true art form. Yep. And that's where we try to focus on as well. But there's a correlation with people who are involved in music. They do better than in the academics. So there's a correlation there as well.
Yeah. So really, to be a well-rounded, educated person, you need to have some education in music.
I would think so.
Yeah. Okay. So now you have this big gala that's coming up in November, mid-November. And what are the dates of that?
The dates are November 14th and 15th.
Okay. And this is your major fundraiser during the year? Or?
This is our second annual gala because we had one last year at the same venue, which is the Renaissance Hotel. And again, that's November 14th and 15th. This is our big fundraiser, so we'll be not just entertaining folk with our top of the line jazz artists who are coming in to put on a fantastic show, but we'll be asking for donations for our cause. We'll be having silent auctions, and it's going to be a lot of fun as well as a purpose, so we can meet our goals in supporting music education.
Some of the artists coming in, are these local artists, these nationally known artists?
These are internationally known artists.
Well, that's even better, okay.
Should I tell you who's coming in?
Sure.
Sure, we have the one and only Will Downing on Friday night. We have Pieces of a Green. And we also have a local group, who's actually a national group, called the Fuzz Band. Then on Saturday, the one and only Rochelle Farrell will be gracing the stage. And then we have Patrice Rushen, the Grammy Award-winning Patrice Rushen. And we have Kim Waters, Phil Perry, and then our own local, Karen Briggs, who will be presenting that night with a special award from the city of Portsmouth.
Fantastic. So if people want information on attending this, is there a place they can call? Is there a website they can go to?
Yes, they could go to our website, which is jazzlegacyfoundation.org. and let me say that again, jazzlegacyfoundation.org is the website. And you could also reach us at 757-737-2416.
All right. It sounds like a fantastic organization and a great cause that you're dealing in. So thanks for coming here and talking to us all about it.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll continue our look at events taking place in Portsmouth this November right after these messages.
At our house, we really like to maximize family time. That's why our favorite place for family fun is Old Town Portsmouth. We love taking the ferry over, then strolling through unique shops filled with one-of-a-kind treasures. Next, it's on to a great lunch at an outdoor cafe and an afternoon of fun with friends at the Children's Museum of Virginia and the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. Food, fun, and adventure? No wonder Old Town Portsmouth is our go-to destination for family fun.
Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one, it's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes on your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think then? Arm or the butt?
Welcome back to this November 2014 episode of Portsmouth Now. This year, Veterans Day falls on Tuesday, November 11th. On Saturday, November 8th, come commemorate Veterans Day at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard Museum and the Lightship Portsmouth Museum. The event is called Honoring Our Veterans. Discover the history behind the holidays as the museums remember those who have gone before us. Enjoy hands-on displays featuring World War II artifacts. Experience what life was like for sailors on the high seas during wartime. And there will be plenty of other engaging activities. Honoring Our Veterans takes place from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And admission is absolutely free as part of the museum's first weekend, first Saturday programming series. For more information, visit the museum's website at www.portsmouthnavalshipyardmuseum.com. A visit to the Naval Shipyard Museum isn't the only way to experience Portsmouth history. Throughout November and throughout every month of the year, you can experience the city's history being brought to life by none other than Portsmouth's founder, Colonel William Crawford himself. Join the Colonel for a stroll through 4 centuries of maritime history and the home of America's first and largest shipyard. Hear tales of the early growth and expansion, the British occupation during the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812, and the Union occupation during the Civil War, as you pass one of the largest collection of historic homes on the Eastern Seaboard. These living history tours take place every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evening at 7:30. For more information on the different tours and for ticket information, log on to www.colonelcrawford.com. If your interest is nature and the great outdoors, Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve in Churchland is a beautiful place to visit this time of year. To tell us more about events coming up at Hoffler Creek during the month of November, here's the Preserve's Director, Helen Coons.
I'm Helen Coons. I'm the Executive Director with Hoffler Creek Wildlife Foundation. And I'm very excited because we have coming up on November 16th our first big fundraiser that we're holding here, right here at Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve. It's going to happen from 1 to 4:30 in the afternoon. And it's going to be the barbecue beneath the pines because we have pines and we will have barbecue. And we're going to have beer and wine. Tickets are on sale now. They're $35 a piece for adult tickets, $25 a piece for children's tickets. And the adult ticket comes with 2 drink tickets and it's all you can eat. We'll have raffles. We're going to have a raffle for a cornhole set. And then we've got lots of cool raffle prizes as well. We have Don Comer and Amy Farabee coming to provide music or entertainment. And I just think it's going to be a great day. That's November 16th from 1 until 4:30 in the afternoon. Tickets are only available in advance and you have to buy them either online at hofflercreek.org or you can call and order them over the phone and we're happy to mail them to you. That number is 757-686-8684. The proceeds will help just with our operational costs here at Hoffler Creek Wildlife Foundation. November's a great month to visit Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve. The leaves are turning, we see the golds and the reds. It's a beautiful time. We have migratory birds starting to come in. And we do have our our early bird walk that happens every second Saturday of the month. So the November one should be fantastic because of all the migrations coming in. And those start at 8 o'clock, which is 2 hours before the preserve actually opens. You have to be here by 8:15 though, because the gates close at 8:15. And then you're in here without another soul, and you get to walk around and you get to see all the incredible birds that have come in, and probably a few other things. You might peek at a fox or a raccoon. You never know who's still roaming around that early in the morning. Other things in November, we have on November 22nd, we have our Thankfulness Walk, which is sort of a different kind of nature walk. You do some nature appreciation, and you might do some breathing exercises and some gentle yoga stretches, and just experience nature sort of in a different way than just taking a casual stroll through the preserve. Thankfulness Walk is on November 22nd, and it starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's free, and people can meet right on the preserve headquarters porch, and we'll get you started there. So November has a lot of things to do here at Hoffler Creek. And if you aren't interested in the programs, but you want to get some service to your community and give back to the community, because it is the Thanksgiving time of year, we do have on November 8th, we also have our volunteer work day. So you can come in at 10 o'clock and help us just take care of the preserve, taking care of the trails and the buildings, and we do that from 10 until 1 that day. And you can sign up to do that at volunteerhamptonroads.org.
By mid-November, many of us are in full shopping mode for the upcoming holiday season. Old Town Portsmouth has a host of boutiques, specialty shops, and antique stores filled with unique gift items. Every November, for more than a decade, the Old Town Business Association has kicked off the holiday shopping season with a very special event. To learn more about this year's event, I recently spoke to the association's very own Tony Goodwin. I'm joined by Tony Goodwin of the Old Town Business Association. Thanks for joining us, Tony.
Thank you, Rob, for having me.
Now, I understand that we have, it's not really a new event, it's one that's been going on for long time, years and years, but
Yes,
it has a new name. Tell us about that.
Well over a decade. What used to be the Art and Antiques Open House has now been transformed to the Merchants Holiday Open House here in Old Town. And of course, to add to the flavor of the Holidays in the City campaign that both Norfolk and Portsmouth put together.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about that. For those who haven't been to it, I've been to it. It's a wonderful evening. Going around, you have usually refreshments in some of the merchants.
Some of the merchants will have refreshments inside their shops, be open late, not only for this weekend, but the following weekends throughout the season. And then restaurants obviously will be chiming up with wonderful activities as well during the event.
Okay, so what night is that event?
This is all on November the 21st. It is the preamble to the official kickoff to Holidays in the City for both Norfolk and Portsmouth.
All right, so what time is that from?
It's going to start somewhere around 5:30 and go on up until about 8. Some merchants will be open until about 10.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about it. What I mean, if you come down, if it's your first time coming out, come down to Old Town, you park, and then...
You can take in dinner at one of the restaurants and then go shopping, or vice versa. But we would encourage you to come into the shops because, again, some will have refreshments, some will also have music. It's just going to be a nice atmosphere for people to kind of get the holiday spirit and the holiday feel right before all the big to-do kicks off over in downtown Norfolk with the Holidays in the City parade. And that's part of the whole event of Holidays in the City.
Okay, now I know we have a lot more than just antique stores in Old Town, but tell us a little bit about the antique stores that we do have, because they're pretty impressive.
Yes, way back yonder probably being one of the most recognizable antique shops that we have right here in Old Town. Very proud to have them here for many years. We have gift shops, we have florists, we have clothing boutiques, just a unique plethora of different types of businesses that make up downtown, or Old Town as we like to call it, and make it its unique shopping venue throughout Hampton Roads.
Great shopping, live music, and complimentary refreshments are just a few of the reasons to come to the Old Town Merchants Holiday Open House on Friday evening, November 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. For more information, call the Old Town Business Association at 757-405-3500. When we return to Portsmouth now, we'll get a sneak peek at this year's Grand Illumination Parade, Winter Wonderland, and other Holiday in the City events. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again. Now,
Jamaica, here you come.
here we go.
Good job.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now. We're looking at some of the special events taking place in Portsmouth throughout the month of November 2014. Every November, the grand illumination of downtown Portsmouth and downtown Norfolk takes place on the Saturday evening before Thanksgiving. The grand illumination kicks off with the Grand Illumination Parade in downtown Norfolk, an event that's sponsored by both cities. To learn more about this year's grand illumination, I recently spoke with Jessica Kleiner, the Director of Marketing for the Downtown Norfolk Council. Thanks for joining us, Jessica.
Thanks for having me.
So, the Grand Illumination, tell us all about it and what it includes, and
Okay,
give us the
so
spiel.
it's this year's bigger than ever because it's our 30th anniversary. So we've been doing this parade since 1985.
Oh, wow.
It's always the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So this year it falls on November 22nd. It's at 7 p.m. and it's one of the biggest parades in the region. We have over 75 units. It's a 2-mile route, and it's all through downtown Norfolk. And then at the beginning of the parade, there's a countdown, and then the grand illumination, hence the name, the Grand Illumination Parade, of all the buildings downtown and in Portsmouth. So the skylines are illuminated, and it's just a really great time.
So the two cities actually partner together on
Yes,
this.
we've been a partner with Portsmouth for several years, and so that's kind of the umbrella of holidays in the city. So it's all of the things to do during the holidays from that parade kickoff on November 22nd through December 31st. So there's any and everything to do with the holidays is, kind of what we term holidays in the city.
There are seats. I mean, I know there are places to sit to watch the
yeah,
parade.
we started this about 3 years ago. They're called street seats. So if you're interested and you want your own, personal seat on the parade route and you don't want to lug a chair or blankets down, you can go to our website, which is holidaysinthecity.net, starting October 15th, and they sell out. So I would go sooner rather than later.
You were telling me before we started rolling that you actually have already sold quite a few.
We have sold almost 200 now. So
wow, and it's just the first week of October now.
So I would encourage people to go. So we have two options. So you can get a general admission seat. So that's a great seat right along the parade route. It's $10, and it's kind of general admission within a section. But then we also have a VIP section. That's $25, but you get hot chocolate, a goodie bag, your own restroom, very close vicinity. So that's really great too. And with the street seats, that's $25. You also get a ticket to a new event that Nauticus is doing called the Dickens Christmas Town. So you get a free ticket to that. So you can even make kind of an evening of it, get down early, avoid any of the traffic congestion, park your car, walk to Nauticus, go to this great new event called Dickens Christmas Town, and then walk a few feet to your seat and watch the parade. So that's a great ticket to get.
It sounds like a great ticket.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not going to get the ticket and you're just going to come to the parade, when should you start getting there?
The parade is very popular. So over 80,000 people come to the parade.
Right.
So congestion does start, around 4 or 5 p.m. So, but there's so much to do downtown. If you come, park your car, you can walk to dinner, you can go to MacArthur on Ice is open. That's there. And then they have that winter carnival, so you can make an afternoon of it. Go to the carnival, go ice skating, get some dinner, and then get your seat on the route and have an easier time than if you try and get down at 6 o'clock. You'll get there, but you might hit a little traffic.
Right, and if you're in the Portsmouth side, you can always hop on the ferry.
The ferry is such a great way to come, and then they actually run on a increased schedule that night. So you really probably anytime you get to the ferry, you'll get a boat over. So it's a really good option to do that as well.
Well, great. Well, thanks for coming here and telling us all about it.
Well, thanks for having me.
Coming out to the Grand Illumination this year, don't miss it. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 28th, the holidays are in full swing in Portsmouth with the grand opening of the annual Coleman's Winter Wonderland exhibit at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center. This exhibit has been a holiday classic for generations of Hampton Roads visitors and residents. Victorian scenes of animated skaters and carolers. Enchanted forests filled with bears, reindeer, and other woodland creatures. Elves working away in Santa's workshop. These are just a few of the displays that are sure to delight visitors of all ages. Santa Claus himself will also be on hand at the Art and Cultural Center on Friday, November 28th and Saturday, November 29th from 3 to 8 p.m. Also on those same days from 9 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. in the center's Art Annex, there will be an Elf Academy where kids can create a gift and become a certified elf. Displays from Coleman's Winter Wonderland display will also be on exhibit down the street at the Children's Museum of Virginia. And on Saturday, November 29th, the Children's Theater of Hampton Roads will be presenting a special holiday show inside the Children's Museum, Uncle Wiggily's Christmas Carol, at 1:30 and 3:30 p.m. Joined by Jessica Pinsky, who is the Managing Director of the Children's Theater of Hampton Roads, and she is here along with And you are?
Oh, I am Uncle Wiggly Longears. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you, too.
Excellent.
So I understand that you'll be at the Children's Museum of Virginia.
Oh, yes, it's a wonderful place.
It is a wonderful place. Yes, we will be at the Children's Museum of Virginia with Uncle Wiggily's Christmas Carol, and it's going to be playing on November 29th. 2 performances that day, so you have 2 chances to catch it. It's a wonderful production.
Now, you've been here before. You were here back earlier in the year with Patches of Oz.
We have, yes. It's the Patchwork Girl of Oz, actually. Yes, we were here. We had 2 days of performances here with the Patchwork Girl of Oz. Wonderful production. We had a great response with it. And then we also appeared in character here and got a chance to interact with all the patrons here one day.
It's a success they've asked you back.
Such a success that they've asked us back.
Now, Uncle Wiggily.
Yes.
Okay, Uncle Wiggly's Christmas Carol. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I think of Christmas Carol, I think of Scrooge. But
Yes. No, well, well, you
seem to be very Scrooge-like.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, he is such a horrible, nasty old...
Scrooge.
Yes, that's the word. Yes. But no, it's a wonderful story by a little-known author named Charles Dickens. Perhaps you heard of him.
I've never heard of it.
No, he wrote this wonderful a story. And we like to entertain guests at my hollow stump bungalow, and one day we decided to go ahead and put on a show, if you will.
So, do you play Scrooge himself?
Well, unfortunately, there was no other actor quite as capable as myself to portray the leading role, so I had to step in and take one for the team, as it were.
So Scrooge is a rabbit.
Well, in this particular production, yes.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being a rabbit.
Of course not. Rabbits are sly and cunning.
And you're large. I've never seen a rabbit your size.
Oh, we have all types in the woods, down to the itty-bitty woozlebug up to the bad pipsiswa, who's very large. Yes.
All right. So, you want to extend an invitation to the audience?
Of course. We love more guests in our hollow stump bungalow, so come join us November 29th at the Children's Museum.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. And
thank you.
Looking forward to the show.
Myself as well.
Usually here in Hampton Roads, you can never be sure of what the weather would be like from one day to the next, regardless of the time of year. But this you can be sure of. On Friday, November 28th, and on Saturday, November 29th, if you're in the mall area just outside the Children's Museum of Virginia, you will have snow. Every half hour between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m., you can experience Snow Wonders, a musical light show complete with falling snow. Snow Wonders, Winter Wonderland, and all the other events featured on today's show are examples of the kind of events taking place in Portsmouth every single month of the year. To find out about any of them, simply log on to www.portsvaevents.com and then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. Join me next month for another episode of Portsmouth Now.